So when you're quoting lead time, and say your lead time is 12 weeks, generally that really means anywhere between 8 and 14 weeks. And so what was happening was customer service was almost literally waiting until the product was out on the dock to say, customers come pick it up. Well, with due date quoting, and for the plants that have the higher performance against that, they are comfortable enough calling the customer and saying, your order is running on April 2nd. Can you arrange your truck today? And then that way, if the truck is coming in on April 2nd, we're getting that invoice, improving cash flow. Whereas before they would wait until April 2nd. Okay, customer, please contact your carrier, adding 3 or 4 more days.
Wow. Well, that certainly communicates to your customer that you have good control over your system, which inspires confidence. So, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently, if anything?
I would take a lot more time explaining the difference. There is still some misunderstanding in how due date quoting works, what we look at. So I would take much more time and actually have a much larger pilot. And even if it had to be like our little secret pilot that we were running, I would definitely expand that so that we went out to explain it to our executive team, our sales team. Customer service, again, most pushback at the beginning, but once they saw it, they benefited from it. But I would definitely take more time to teach exactly what was happening because there was such a misunderstanding of what we were really trying to measure.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds like a good lessons learned. Well, let's change topics just a little bit and talk about, the hottest topic these days, which is AI. Are you guys using AI or you plan to use it? What's the status there?
I would say, like most companies, both. So we're using it quite heavily in customer service. For example, we'll get, a lot of requests for forms, and these forms are readily available. And so we have AI where it actually takes the email, gets the form, emails it back, and we just see a report at the end of the week that tells us how many times this was done. Prior to that, there was a person, right, answering the email, looking up the form. So there's considerable savings there. Also looking at knowledge bases in customer service so that, we get asked a question, can this product do X, or what size cans do you offer? You know, we have that in a knowledge base where they can actually go type in their question and get that information back. So customer service has quite a bit of it. In our supply chain, we are looking at AI to automatically order. We're starting with some of our lower value items where it's going to kind of scrape SAP, look at what we need to, consolidate that demand, and issue that to our vendors. And we're very excited about that.
That's a significant step. I mean, that's taking an active role in the business. Have you piloted that yet? I'm curious about any results. Have you seen that?
We're close to piloting it. We don't expect to pilot that until I think it's May 15th is our first pilot. I have to look at the calendar, but it's middle of May.
Well, that's pretty close. I'll be interested to hear how that goes because everybody, as you mentioned, everybody's trying to feel their way through it and figure out what happens